Hello YouTube, my name is Elise and I'm coming at you guys with yet another video. And this one's going to be about Fort Leonard Wood housing. So I've done another video, if you've seen on my channel, and it's about Fort Leonard Wood and my experience here. But this one, I'm only going to talk about the housing on base. So communities on base are Eagle Point, Woodlands, North Libre, and you have South Libre, and then you have Piney Hills and Piney Hills Estates. Yeah, I think I got them all. So I actually did like a little drive through of all these neighborhoods, just to take a good look at them and see what, just before I did this video, that I would, be able to tell you guys a little bit about it. So it's a range. Some of the houses are older, and then some of the houses are newer. So it kind of just depends, and it depends on your rank, and it depends on how many dependents you have, what houses that you qualify for. I definitely would suggest getting on the list as soon as possible, because there are wait lists here in Fort Leonard Wood. I've heard people being able to choose the house that they live in, but sometimes that just depends on the availability of housing. So if it's a lot available, then you might be able to choose what neighborhood you live in. You might be able to choose your floor plans, different things like that. But if it's not a lot of housing available to you, depending on your rank and the amount of dependents that you have, then you might not have the option to really go out there and choose which one you want to live in. For us, it was kind of, if you do not go with the house that we're showing you, you basically aren't going to get a house. And for me, it's just me and my husband, so it's only two of us. So we really only qualify for a 2-bedroom. And there's not many 2-bedroom houses on base, so, we just had to go with it. We live in Piney Hills right now. Piney Hills is a community. It's like ranch style houses here, and it's kind of spread out. All the houses are very spread out. There's a lot of field, a lot of room. I don't really see a lot of kids in the neighborhood, like running around and stuff. I really don't see a lot, but there are kids here, but I just don't see a lot of them running around. But then when I was riding through some of the neighborhoods today, there are neighborhoods with a lot more kids outside, and it looks like a little bit more, like neighborhood friendly type of thing. Here there's like dead silent, but in other neighborhoods it looks like they actually spend time outside doing barbecues and hanging out or whatever. It just depends on where you get on base. Like I said, some of the houses look really nice, and they have like 2-car garages and and all that stuff. And then some of the neighborhoods, not so much. Like if you get South Libre, right? There's no garages in that neighborhood. All you have is carports and parking lots. So just be aware of that. Some of the neighborhoods do not offer garages. Actually, a lot of them don't. I think like only the ones that offer ones was Woodland Hills, Eagle Point, and I believe Stonegate too. You are allowed to have a fence on base. Some people do rent it. I've been looking at the Fort Leonard Wood Wives page, and a lot of people get their fences through Mid-Missouri, and they pay and they rent the fence, and it's like $250 to get it installed and then like $50 a month about. It just depends on how much radius you're covering. You are allowed to have a pet in your house. I believe it's like up to like 2 pets that you can have. If I'm wrong, leave me a comment and let me know, but I believe it's up to 2 pets. You do have to register your dog on base, and you have to make sure your dog has like all the shots or whatever. And we did have to pay a deposit for search semesters. Internet and cable. You have 2 options here. You have Cable America and you have CenturyLink. And those are your 2 options. And CenturyLink, I have not heard great things about their internet. Cable America is better, but there are like random outages that you have, and then it's like really expensive. So just be prepared that the cable packages here are very, very pricey. And I think it's just because we live in the middle of nowhere, you kind of just have to pay a little bit more for stuff. Off base. So for us, our experience when we tried to find something off base, we actually made a special trip to Fort Leonard Wood just to find housing off base. And nobody showed up for any of our appointments. So I would definitely double check if you guys plan on coming here early to get off base housing. Definitely double check with any real estate agent or any appointments that you set up before you get here. And, just make sure it's concrete, because we definitely wasted a trip coming here to come see houses, and there was no real estate agents that was willing to meet us at any of the locations that we had set up. So that was very annoying. So we was kind of just left with on-base housing. So, that's where we ended up. There are a lot of off-base options. Not really, like your houses you can rent, and then there's rental communities out there, and there's apartments off base. So it's some options for you, but it's kind of limited. A lot of people just end up living on base, especially if your husband's in training. It'd probably just be easier to live on base, because then you'll be able to move once his training is done. Obviously, if you have an apartment, you do have that clause in there, the military clause, to get out of your lease with his orders. So just be aware of that. You're not concrete. Oh, and then utilities off base. So I've been doing some research and talking to people or whatever, and utilities off base are a little bit high here. And once again, I think it's just more of that living in the middle of nowhere thing going on. And so, the utilities are a little bit higher, your electricity and your water. So that brings me to the end of my video. If you guys are interested in content like this, I make videos that are for the military spouse, the everyday working woman, and just videos to make you feel good about yourself. I upload on Fridays, so please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if there's anything that I missed in this video or anything that's not inaccurate. Just, leave me a comment. Thank you.